All right, what's up, everybody? Steven and Kira coming to you from our kitchen, where actually we spend a lot of our time. And what we want to do is create a video with 5 tips for beginners or people who have struggled, like started and stopped, or maybe getting back into things. But some fundamental things to get you on the right directions. There's definitely more than 5, but we both thought that a video with 42 tips was a little egregious, probably be a little too long. But we can definitely make sequels, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, how many Fast movies are there?
There's got to be like 13 of those.
At least,
yeah.
right? So maybe we can get The Rock in our sequels too. It's
Oh,
gonna be a blockbuster. It'd be awesome. Anywho, so this is just trying to take the experience that we've learned, like in our own lives, and also working with hundreds of clients over the years, just to help people be as set up for success as possible going into this. Because it is hard, and if you go into it with the right mindset, you're gonna be in great shape.
Yeah, I mean, like Steven said, we are giving you some basic information, but understand this is good information. For instance, on one of the tips I talked to you about diet, and I talked to you about a food scale. For us, we get on stage naked. A food scale is absolutely necessary. We weigh and measure everything that enters our body every single day. But if you don't plan on getting on stage naked, you definitely don't need a food scale. What we want to teach you is just small, achievable, attainable goals, and to grow on those and get better each day. We didn't become who we are overnight. It is years and years and years of failures and successes and failures. So we just hope that we can pass some of that information on to you and you can grow with it.
And one of the biggest things both of us believe in, and this is no matter how advanced you get, is the importance and the beauty of simplicity. Keep it simple, stupid. Do not try to outsmart yourself. You can't outsmart hard work. So here are 5 tips to get you on the right direction. Hope everybody enjoys it. All right, tip number 1, brought to you by this amazing sign that we got as a wedding present, Swolemates. So this is, I think, really often underlooked and something that I think is very important. Trying to make this process about more than just looking good. Because the reality is, looking good is nice. Compliments are nice. They feed the ego. It really is. But it's not worth everything that goes into it. So if you choose to make this experience more about growing as a person, mentally, even spiritually, that may be getting a little out there for some people, the aesthetics really will take care of themselves. And the reality is, if you look at this as, I'm trying to grow as a person and not just look better naked, when the sacrifices start coming, and they will, and the failures come and the roadblocks come, it's going to make you more likely that you're going to be able to dig in your heels and say, no, I'm doing this for me, because it really does come down to self-care. Again, looking good is nice, but for example, me, I'm 38, I'm married, I'm not out chasing women, so who really cares how good I look? So for me, it's about how far can I push myself, how far can I take this, and how can I grow as a person while doing this. And that's what I would recommend for anybody, because a lot of people, they just have this mental picture of wanting to lose 20 pounds or how they want to look in a bathing suit or whatever. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if that's the only thing you're working towards, it tends to get pretty shallow and you realize like it really isn't worth it. And I would just rather eat the way I eat and live the way I live and be happy. So that would be my biggest piece of advice to anybody starting out. Make the journey a little bit more than just about aesthetics.
What's up, everyone? Coming at you with tip number 2. We're going to talk about diet. Let me start off by saying you cannot outwork a bad diet. You just can't, okay? But if you are a beginner trying to lose some weight, if you're a yo-yo dieter, there's a few things that you should know as you go out on this endeavor of dieting. First of all, you do not need one of these. I cannot tell you how many clients have asked me for a diet, and I write it, and they get results, but after 2 weeks, they're over it. They're done. And then guess what? They fell off. And then they're going to start back over in 3 months. So let's just not even do that to begin with, right? To give you a personal example, I've struggled with my weight my whole life, or did. And I lost a lot of weight by putting less on my plate than I wanted to, and I always left something on the plate. Didn't go back for seconds, something was remaining on the plate, and I lost weight like crazy. So you could start off with doing something like that, just small, attainable, achievable things. And once you have mastered that, you move on. For instance, maybe you eat cereal every morning for breakfast. You're going to start making your own breakfast. Make eggs and oatmeal. Something simple, easy, done. And then you can move on. I mean, obviously there are things that we should not eat. Let's not eat fried food. If I were to tell you to remove one thing from your diet, it would be sugar. But that's very hard. It's in a lot of things. But just start off with small little things and you will lose the weight. But, leave some tricks in your bag. You don't need to take everything and get a food scale and change everything about it, because that's not how you change your life. You do it one step at a time and you get better and stronger and you progress on that. I hope this helps. Eat clean.
Why won't you move? Just kidding, it's actually okay. That brings us to tip number 3. Do not chase the scale. If you're trying to go either way, up or down. The reason being, weight can fluctuate based on a lot of conditions, sodium, women, menstrual cycle, things of that nature, and it's not completely under your control. For example, if you've gone from doing nothing at all to eating a structured diet and strength training, you're going to put on some muscle, so you'll change composition. So, inches, how your clothes fit, the mirror are your best guidelines for how you're doing in progress. And as far as setting goals, what I recommend in the beginning is setting goals that you have complete control over, meaning how many times in a given week you're going to go to the gym, how many times a week you're going to cook breakfast at home, take your lunch to work, etc. So you have these little small victories along the way. It's not bad to have a goal for a number of weight loss, but in the beginning, stick to things you have complete control over. That way you can celebrate the small victories along the way, and then start setting bigger goals that you don't have complete control over.
So now we're at tip number 4, and that is picking the type of exercise that you enjoy the most or hate the least. So if you like to run, then run. If you like to do yoga, do yoga. You gotta commit to something that you're gonna actually go through doing. If you hate lifting heavy things, I love it, so that's what I do, then don't do that, do something else. But also you need to make sure that the type of exercise that you choose is going to give you the results that you're looking for. For instance, if you wanna run marathons, do it. But don't think that you're gonna build some legs and a butt. You're gonna basically lose them. You're gonna be much smaller. You will lose weight, but you're not gonna grow. So just make sure that the type of exercise you choose coincides with the results you're wanting to get, and make sure that you love it or you hate it the least.
All right, tip number 5 is going to be brought to you next to this other fantastic sign that we actually got as a Christmas present last year. Thank you, Michelle. Tip number 5 is going to be, again, mentally about things. Understand that success in fitness or anything else in life, but especially in fitness, is not a linear path, meaning you're not just going to cruise from point A to where you want to be. There's stops and starts, there's all kinds of frustrations along the way. There's a lot of tough lessons to be learned. Even with us, there have been some failures, there have been some tears. There's been a lot of lessons we've had to learn, and we've had to pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and keep going. And we're better for it, we're stronger for it, but it has definitely been a tough path. I mean, even with Kira, she's getting ready to go against the best in the world this year. So obviously there have been some successes, and we've done some things really right, and we've had some happy tears and happy embraces and a lot of things to celebrate. But there are ups and downs. So if you can understand that going into it, you're going to be ready, because sometimes it's just things don't work the way you want them to. Your body doesn't cooperate. You hit what we call a plateau, and it may need that you need to change your approach a little bit, or learn something new, try something different. Or it may be that your body's just not responding, and you give it a week and it changes. It's really weird. You'll learn a lot. But the biggest thing is understand you're going to get to where you want to go. It's just going to take you longer than you want it to or expect it to. I can promise you that much. As long as you think it's going to take to get there, double that, triple it, and that's probably more about where you're looking at. But you're always going to be making progress. So don't give up. Keep grinding. It's not linear. You're going to get there. Tip number 5.
All right, guys, there you have it, 5 tips. I hope these things helped you. We plan on making more videos. If there's anything you'd like to see, please comment, please subscribe. We've got a lot of good information that we want to bring to you. Also, I'm going to add in a bonus tip for you, and that is consistency. Consistency trumps everything. Get up, put in the work, it will work. I can promise you that. When it feels like it's not, just wait, it's coming. So I hope you enjoyed. Look forward to providing you with more information, and good luck to everyone out there.